Hi, everyone. I'm Sasha, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Puzzle, and thanks for taking the time to watch us. We built a puzzle for accounting firms like yours, teams that work with startups and small businesses. And I want to highlight a few things about Puzzle that hopefully come through as Arash does a demo in just one sec. First of all, Puzzle is built with and for accountants. That means we're software only, we don't offer services, we never have, we never will. We don't compete with your firm, we build for your firm. Second is all of our time-saving features, whether AI or software or design, are built for you to be in control. Like the screen says, get you to accurate books at AI speed. No autonomous self-driving stuff happening behind the scenes, and no surprises when you log in. And last, we take a lot of pride in our UX, whether dark mode or light mode, to get you where you want to be as fast as possible. Just as a reminder, Puzzle is a modern accounting software, modern general ledger, built from the ground up, designed specifically for accountants. So I'm going to hand it over to Arash to show you some of our favorite features.
Thanks, Sasha. I'm excited to show you all Puzzle. Before joining Puzzle, I actually prepared financial statements for small businesses in the US, and I led a team of bookkeepers doing that. And part of the reason I joined Puzzle was because we're building all of the things that I would have appreciated having back then, and that I know my clients would have appreciated. So I'm going to spend 1 minute showing you the UX that delights our accounting partners and their end clients, as Sasha alluded to. And then just a few of my favorite features. I could talk about Puzzle all day, but just a few of my favorite features that make Puzzle easier to automate accounting within and more delightful to use. And then I'll touch on how Puzzle lets you automate as much as you like while managing the accounting and keeping oversight over how the financial statements are generated. So this dashboard view that we're looking at is what your clients will see when they log into Puzzle, what you'll see when you log into Puzzle. And one of the things that our clients, our accounting partners appreciate here is you can customize this view. You can choose the metrics that are most relevant for each of your clients. For instance, if they're a startup, typically they'll care about their cash, their net burn, their runway. They can see all of that at a glance logging in here. So it'll take some of the pressure off the month-end close. You don't have to have them coming to you on the first of each month asking how much runway they have left, because they can come in here and check it out between the month-end close. Bottom half of the dashboard, you'll see your financial statements. Some of the things I like here, you can customize the view here. You can add a totals column, typical things you would expect, but you can also drill down all the way to transaction level details. And then if we click on into it, it'll take us to the underlying transaction itself. For instance, you can see your expenses broken out by vendor underneath the GL accounts, and then you can see the underlying transactions here. Typical financial statements here. So now I'm going to show you some of those automations and features that I really appreciate myself as someone who used to do some of this. All right, so the transactions table, we automate the categorization for 95% of transactions across all of our client customers. If you log in here and you'll see also there's these actions. So Puzzle will distinguish between what's been categorized by the system versus what's also been finalized. Finalizing in this case is presented on the dashboard as well, so you can see how much has been reviewed by a human. And as you finalize, it tells Puzzle that it's categorized something correctly. So it creates a rule for that. So even though you can create rules manually, you can bulk categorize, you can categorize individually, you can ask the AI to categorize for you, even if it can't do it on the first pass. All of that you can also automate. And you'll see we leave you the activity on the side too, so you can see anything that's been done. So if someone else categorizes something, you'll see it there. Now, this accuracy review at the top is something that I really like. When I was preparing financial statements, consistent categorization was something that clients would pick up on. And so would the people, so would I as someone who was reviewing the books. So this is something we would check for. Puzzle does this for you in an automated way. You can see anything that's not categorized consistently as a description or a vendor, and you can tell Puzzle to make changes, keep it as is. In this case, I'm just going to make this uncategorized transaction match the rest, and we can see what it did for us here. And it has the history of that too, so you can see at any time you can log back in. And then for accrual basis financial statements, you can also automate those. So for prepaid expenses, for fixed assets, for revenue recognition, you can tell Puzzle when an expense is a prepaid expense. For instance, if GitHub here was actually an annual subscription, we can say record this expense over 12 months, starting from the purchase period. It'll generate a schedule. I'll hit submit. And just like that, now that expense is going to be recorded over the 12 months based off that schedule. And I don't have to worry about maintaining a tab in a spreadsheet somewhere else and recording this on a monthly basis. As soon as the month rolls over, Puzzle will post those entries for me. So you can do a similar thing for fixed assets, revenue recognition. There's a lot more we can get into, but those are a few of the features that I love the most about Puzzle. And then finally, I just want to mention that we have an immutable general ledger. So if any of your clients come in, delete a transaction, recategorize it, you can see it in the audit log, you can see it in the general ledger, you can see it in the transaction activity history. And so nothing will get lost, nothing happens without your say-so, and you can automate as much as you like while maintaining that oversight. Again, happy to share more. I'm going to stop sharing here and then turn it over to Sasha to talk about our AI close.
Great. Thanks, Arash. I am pretty excited about this new feature. It's called our AI close, and it's designed for you to be able to design how you want to close your client's books, but this time with AI speed. So if you haven't used AI or agents before, all you have to do is click this add button, and you can scroll through a list of common accounting and advisory insights. You can see the templates here for most common, or you can ask us and we can help you build one. If you're more familiar, you can build one from scratch. You just describe the task right here, just like you would to a colleague, and then you can add your checklist. I've preloaded a couple here just to kind of see how it works. You can look to see if the reconciliations have been pre-drafted, if there's any errors, and fix anything here or link directly to the reconciliation. I loaded one called identify and draft any fixed assets. So all this is doing is you could read the instructions here. You can edit or modify them. It will search through your transactions and look for fixed assets. In this case, it found a couple. It is proposing an in-service date, a useful life, a depreciation method. Nothing is happening without your control. It's just telling you what it thinks to do with a recommendation. And if you want, it can draft and depreciate all of these just by saying yes. Again, nothing happens without your express permission. You have a client call in just a few minutes. Great. In this case, it says preparing me for a client call. You can get a little business health summary, a couple talking points. I even just added draft me an email I can use to send to the client. So again, all this work is being drafted on your behalf in a way to help you get to accurate books as fast as possible. One of my favorite features here is our accuracy review. When you're all done with your month-end close, you press this button and it will load up and look for high, medium, and low confidence things that you might just want to pay attention to before you send the books for your clients. If there's any anomalies, again, it will research and give you a recommendation on a best next step. Nothing's going to happen without your permission, but it's going to help you get to accurate books as fast as possible. So with that said, we'd love to show you a demo, help you learn more. Let us know how we can help your firm. Thanks.